Okay, what we're going to talk about now is the wheel and the pitch wheel, the wheel, and the Morphée. Okay, let's start off with the pitch wheel. The pitch wheel operates as any pitch wheel typically does, but there's a lot of other things happening. Does it have... No, it doesn't. Okay, that's interesting. The pitch wheel is basically hardwired to be the pitch wheel. So it doesn't really have anything going on over the matrix, and it just works as a pitch wheel does. If you want to if you want to make a decision about what pitches it chooses, you certainly can. I don't know what we have it on right now. Let's see. So of course, as per usual, you'll notice that next to the pitch, there's a little orange circle. So that means if we hold settings and move the pitch wheel, we're going to get information over here. It seems like we have it set to, right now, 1 semitone, 1/2 step. So half step. Let's see what we have here. 2 semitones, which you'll know is a whole step. Oh, wow. I see what's happening. We've got a weird thing going on over here in the pitch. Let us affect that. Make sure that's not... I'll just turn it off. Okay, so sorry about that. That was wacky. Let's go over here and get back to the settings on the pitch wheel. So let's do that. Okay, we have 3 semitones, minor third, four is, as you might guess, 4 semitones, which is a major third. 5 is going to be 5 semitones. Wow, it's almost like there's a pattern here. Okay. Perfect fourth. Which is really great for 1/4/5, obviously. Number 6 is where our pattern breaks, and it's actually 7 semitones, which, as you probably know, is the 5th. Which is also good for 1/4/5, but in an inverted way, where the 5's on the top and the 4's on the bottom. Then 7 is 12 semitones, which you might know is an octave, because 12 means octave. No, it doesn't. But it's funny. Anyway, 12 semitones is an octave. And 8 is 24 semitones, which is 2 octaves. I currently have it like the morph knob is being modulated. So if you hear really weird things happening, it's because I have 2 different settings that we're kind of morphing between. Because you can. I just figured it'd be nice if there was kind of an interesting sound instead of just a standard sawtooth wave like I typically use, because it doesn't have to, these things that we're dealing with don't necessarily have to, have the clarity that having the same waveform as all the other videos provides. So so that's a sound that exists. Okay, so that's your pitch bend, your pitch wheel. Next we have the wheel, which is named the wheel, and it says right on it, wheel. Over here, you'll notice that we have settings for the wheel. Like you can decide what it's controlling. If you have it set to matrix, that means over here, you'll notice J says wheel. It's also X for the Morphée, but J is the wheel and X for the Morphée. But we'll talk about the Morphée in a second. Anyway, J is the wheel, and whatever you have set over here in the matrix, which we currently have nothing, but whatever we have over here is going to be what the wheel controls. So, well, pitch VCO2, this is a thing we could do. We just, here, we'll just do a thing here just to show you. Now the wheel is going to control the pitch of VCO2. But the minute we hit it again, and now it says cutoff, it no longer controls the pitch, and instead controls the cutoff. The question is, which cutoff? Maybe both, I'm not sure. We'll have to look that up. I have a feeling it might show us or give us the option when we start doing the settings on there, but we'll see in a second. Then we can set it to do vibrato. The question is, where's it getting that vibrato? I don't know that either. I don't know where it's getting. There may be a vibrato generator in here somewhere, an LFO, because it's not these LFOs. Interesting. And LFO amplitude. So, in other words, I believe if you have it patched just right, you can bring the LFO in like the wheel typically behaves. I bet we'll be able to see that here in a second when we click on settings and click on wheel. We have vibrato options. Yeah, so this is its own little LFO, but you can set it. It looks like we have range, 1 semitone, 2 semitones, 7 semitones, 12 semitones. So like if we have it on vibrato, that's all crazy. But if we wanted to, we could have 7 semitones, which is the fifth, 2 semitones, which is the whole step, or 1 semitone, which is a half step. Over here, it looks like we can choose LFO1 as the source. Right now, LFO1 is going very slowly. Let's speed it up just here. It's also directed to pitch right now, so it's going to sound a little bit weird. And it's difficult to discern because I'm also using it elsewhere in the patch. But you can set it so LFO1 is the source of the LFO you're kicking in when you have it set to vibrato. And for that LFO that apparently exists in here, it must be just a digital circuit. You have sine slow, sine mid, and sine fast. I guess we can listen to those. There's slow. Here's mid. And here's fast. So that is pretty cool. Let's see if this is one of those things where if you do it on a different setting, it'll show you different things. No. Okay, so if we have it on LFO1, I bet. Let's see. Let's put it on LFO1. Now it's on LFO1 amp. So let us do a thing here. Let's go to mods and let's get that out of there. And then let us go back to settings. We've got this on LFO1. Source LFO1. It's not doing what I expected. Oh, maybe if we have LFO1 doing something, like we'll set LFO1 to pitch. Oh, that's not pitch. That's why. Mark. Let's do it to pitch of LFO2. Or of VCO2. So if you have this set to, if you have the wheel set to LFO1 amp, and then you go into the settings and set it to source LFO1, that's how you get the traditional bringing in the LFO modulation with the wheel. I bet we could turn this effect down a little bit here. Anyway, so that is how the wheel works. You have a lot of different options for how you can direct it. I mean, you can totally just go to the matrix and you can decide what it's going to do, and you're in charge of everything it's doing. Or you could just, straight off do the filter cutoff. Or the vibrato we saw, either the vibrato that it generates and you can control using the settings, or using the LFO1 as your vibrato source, or whatever source, whatever your LFO1 is directed to, I think is going to be the effect that you get. And then you can control the amplitude of it with the wheel when you're on the LFO1 amp setting.